providing somebody to present that for us.
I'm going to call up Pastor Mark Molina.
Color. Bow your heads with me, please. Father, we thank you for today. With the elections being over here in our country, some are pleased and some are not. Help us to remember, Father, that you're still on your throne and you are in complete control. That in all things you are still all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-present. It is by your hand and your hand alone that kingdoms are set up and kingdoms are brought down. Father, we ask you to bless our city leadership tonight. All our elected officials, all our law enforcement officers, all those serving in official capacities, all the citizens here tonight, Lord God. We ask you for wisdom, strength, courage to make good decisions here in this house. Bless the finances of the city of Harlingen. Bless our leaders with good health and bless their families for their sacrifices that they make here. Be with us, be in our midst. We ask you for mercy and for joy. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Please join us in the pledge.
Howard.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we've got a pretty busy agenda this morning. We've got a few things for this afternoon. We've got a few things. We've got some recognitions. We've got a room full of people, so a lot of you are here for these recognitions. So the first thing we want to start off is the public announcements. And what we have is on our operation. Paul, you want to go through that?
Yeah, just real quick. We have some events. Parks and Recreation is hosting or co-sponsoring the next couple of weeks. This coming Sunday, November 11th, is the grand opening ceremony to our new Veterans Memorial at Pendleton Park. It'll start at 9:30 in the morning. There will be a church service, and the actual ceremony, I believe, is at 10:30. The next Saturday after that, we have a diabetes walk hosted by Valley Baptist in McKelvey Park. Then our annual lighting of the Arroyo, which is very popular. That'll be the Thursday after Thanksgiving at McKelvey Park. And then after Christmas, we'll have our Winter Texan Expo and Fiesta. Again, as you all know, we had the last 2 weekends, we've had 2 very large and successful events. We had 2 Saturdays ago, the 27th of October at Rangeville Park, our Harlingen Halloween in the park. It exceeded our expectations, and it's a good problem to have, because now we got to figure out what to do next year to improve on it, to better facilitate the folks that we had. And again, this past weekend, we had the first ever fall Blues on the Hill concert at Fair Park, and that exceeded our expectations. So we're going to do those again next year.
I want to congratulate you all on both those events. They were terrific, and it was outstanding in the mission. It was a great event, a good turnout. So thank you.
We have a great event staff that puts this together.
Anybody else have anything they want to add in there? Okay, well, the first thing we want to do is we've got some.
Excuse me. My name is Ruben Cantu, and I'm the judge advocate for the American Legion. And I just want to pass on to all veterans that we're going to have a Monday day, November the 12th, Appreciation Day. So they'll be feeding the veterans from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. That's an event too. And at Chili's and Applebee and churches, they will have all day. So thank you.
Chick-fil-A coming up. Chick-fil-A for 2 days. No, they won't be.
Okay, next up we've got a presentation that we want to acknowledge and show some appreciation for some businesses throughout the community that donated, some institutions that donated for the Operation Crackdown that we had a few weeks back, several weeks back, where the National Guard came in and the Texas National Guard came in and helped us clean up some of our dilapidated structures throughout the community. It's a great effort. It's the second year running that we've had that done. But we do have some community partners that we want to pass out some recognition and appreciation certificate. So I'd like to call these individuals out, and please come forward for a photo once we get these, everybody collected. First, we have a Pena Eye Institute. We have a representative from the Pena Eye Institute. Big Red RC is 7-Up. For the Bass Pro representative. Chick-fil-A, do we have somebody from Chick-fil-A? Now, all these institutions, businesses, they donated so that we could take care of those folks that volunteered and came down and participated with the National Guard in demolishing these structures. So we want to appreciate them and patronize their businesses for being good community partners. How about Burger King? Pizza Hut, Chili's Grill and Bar, Sonic Drive-In. Looks like these folks were eating pretty good when they were done. Papa Joe's, anybody from Papa Joe's? American Legion Post 205, we have representatives from there. Mayor Boswell, if you want to come up.
They're doing that on.
Church's Chicken. And let's see, still going. McDonald's, store 4245. Anybody from there? Latil's Restaurant. Nachitos Restaurant. Glory. Burlington and Family. And Noemi, Soneros, and Family. You guys want to come up? Mayor Boswell?
You're doing a great job.
Okay, again, we just personally, the mayor, myself, and the fellow commissioners, we want to thank y'all for participating with your donations for this effort. We want the National Guard to feel like they're welcome here, so they'll keep coming back, because that's a great service to the community. It saves taxpayers money. It creates a better quality of life for the community. It makes the community safer, because we get rid of homes that are used for, drug houses, or other things that we don't, criminal activity that we don't want in our neighborhood. So we definitely appreciate y'all's participation in that.
Can you take a picture with the mayor? Why not?
Yeah, with the mayor.
There we go. And hold on, there's one gentleman in the back I didn't catch. There you go. Thank you.
Sorry, we were moving around. You wasn't doing this.
Okay, on count of three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Salute to the guy. To God,
Were there any other?
Yeah, they are.
Were there any other public announcements?
Yes.
Or any other
Carry on.
Not yet. Let's do the clean sweep recognition for District 2.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and then you got some. Okay, the next thing we have is another community cleanup effort that we have in the community. And this is the one that occurs monthly, and it rotates throughout the city, throughout the districts, called the Neighborhood Clean Sweep. This last Saturday, we were in District 2, and we've got some photos, and another successful event. We cleaned out 5.54 tons of debris, 81 tires, and again, we're making our neighborhoods cleaner, safer, and improving the quality of life for residents, and also increasing property value as well. We also have some certificates. City manager's going to call the names out, and we appreciate it if y'all come up and let us show some appreciation for you.
So this is for clean sweep, right?
Clean sweep.
Item 4, okay.
Brendan Badillo from the Southwest Key Program. Eduardo Escareno from the Southwest Key Program. Armando Mata from the Southwest Key Program. Patrick Rodriguez from the Southwest Key Program. J1 Turner from the Southwest Key Program. Jose Hernandez from the Southwest Key Program. And Jesus Espinosa from the Southwest Key Program. Did we miss anybody? Oh, no.
Again, this is another community partnership. We've got a fantastic volunteer effort. As you can see, we collected lots of tires. We did lots of debris. We cleaned up the neighborhood. Again, it's a rotating event that occurs every month. If anybody wants to participate, City Hall we always have a schedule. You can go click on the internet, and it's usually the first Saturday of every month, and it rotates throughout the city. So I just encourage everybody to come join, as these fine folks have done this last Saturday. We just want to show our appreciation for their participation.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
You good?
I got them a lot.
Okay, let's go back to item 1, which is public announcement of events. Did we get all the events announced?
We had Paul announce the event, but we did have one Rockwell mention.
Well, that's item 3, so I'll
We did mention the word.
Yeah, I want to do the public announcements, which would include the Birding Festival. We have that's where I was giving a welcome to our all of the folks that are participating in a birding festival out at our museum, and we have a lot of people that come in from out of town for that. The event has doubled in size over the last 5 years, and a lot of folks that were there tonight are actually from the Northeast region, where they were hit by a terrible Hurricane Sandy, and yet they came to Harlingen to participate in this event. And so we're really lucky, and it's a great event. You can go out to Fair Park at the Casa Amistad to go through the trade show, and they have lots of things that you can see out there. There'll be activities throughout the weekend. Some of them are free, some of them you have to sign up for. So you can get more information from the Chamber of Commerce. Are there any other announcements of public events?
Veterans Day on Sunday. We have Veterans Day.
Exactly. Yes, we have our the dedication of our Veterans Memorial at Pendleton Park. That will begin at 9:30 with a non-denominational service. Pastor Bill Reagan is going to preside over, and then there will be a little bit of time before the formal dedication and the announcements, and there'll be speech by Daryl Shipp's commander from Afghanistan and Iraq. So we welcome, that's open to the public, it's free. We hope that many of you will be out there to join us as we dedicate our wonderful new Veterans Memorial. Any other announcements of public events? Okay. I'm going to skip to an item because Mr. Reagan needs to, he's on his way to church. Item 15, consider and take action to approve a public services contract between the City of Harlingen and Loaves and Fishes of the Rio Grande Valley in the amount of $25,515. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mayor, and thank you for the consideration this evening. I'm going to be speaking at St. Albans, your church, as a matter of fact, on behalf of Pastor Brown tonight, who is away. Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity of speaking with you. In past years, our contract with the city has been to provide funding for rental, utility, and prescription assistance, as well as food bags and a small amount for administrative expenses. This year, we were fortunate enough to receive a very large increase from the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs for the purpose of providing rental and utility assistance to our clients. $50,000 as a matter of fact. We believe that that amount will be adequate to providing the rental and utility assistance that will be needed over the next year. I did speak with your staff members, and they recommended that I ask you if it would be possible, if you have it on your agenda, the Exhibit B1 budget has two items, one for rental assistance and one for utility assistance, which total $19,200. I would like to ask if you would reposition that money for us to support our Bread of Life dining hall to help us to reimburse costs associated with buying food for the dining hall. You may be aware that dining hall is open 7 days a week, breakfast and dinner, and we do provide meals, no questions asked, to anybody who comes in the community. We feel that the money could be better spent in that area. So I'm asking you to designate it for that.
Is there a motion to approve that contract with that proposed amendment by Pastor Reagan?
So moved, Mayor. Second.
In discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much, Commission.
Thank you. And thank you for the work of Loaves and Fishes for this community. It's a great organization.
Thanks.
And Harlingen is a better place because of it. Thank you. Item 2, we haven't done that right. Presentation of the replanting of the Dixieland Road Expressway 83 raised median landscape beds on National Make a Difference Day held on Saturday, October 20, 2012, and recognize the student volunteers from Texas State Technical College and the members of Harlingen Proud Keep Harlingen Beautiful Board for their contributions. Jeff?
Good evening, Mayor and City Commissioners. I'd like to invite Adele Clinton and her assistant Belinda Palomino up, and the students also. She brought several students with her that helped participate this day. On Saturday, October 20th, we met at the raised medians along the frontage road near Bass Pro Shops and Logan's, and we totally redid them with new planting and mulching. Here is a front picture of all the different volunteers that were there that day. Afterwards, we had a picnic with great pizza and Chick-fil-A as well, and so we appreciated their effort and fed them. That always goes a long way. You can see we had over 130 student volunteers that day, and we actually had laid, the Parks Department personnel had already cleaned out the beds, laid down the fabric, the ground fabric, and also the drip system. And you can see the students there were planting over 1,200 plants that day. They also spread over 1,800 bags of red mulch in under 4 hours. What a difference it made. And what a day we had. You can see these are the raised medians near Logan's. These are the medians near Bass Pro Shops. And I'd like to extend a thanks to Harlingen Proud for funding this project, and also to thanks to TSTC for all their students and all their work that they put forth to make this project a success. Thank you.
We want to add to that thanks, you know, as we as that whole retail corridor really begins to blossom with everything that's happening out there. We want to make sure that our community is a welcoming place to come into. And that's the very first thing you see when you come into Harlingen from the west end. And so we're so thankful to the hard work of the volunteers that you did, and that all of the time and effort that you put in, and the great organization by the city staff of getting it all set up. So congratulations, great project. Thank you to Harlingen Prep.
I'd like to extend an invitation that anybody that wants to volunteer for the Neighborhood Cleans Week, that's a monthly program. We're always looking for people to do that.
Okay. Item 3 is the presentation of proclamations, and we have 2. Did you do one?
No, they don't want to do it.
Okay, we do want to do National Hospice and Palliative Care Month. I asked Jennifer Leal and Director of Marketing at Deanna Perales, and anybody else you have with your organization to come on up.
Just us.
As we read this proclamation. All right. Whereas hospice and palliative care provide the highest quality of care to patients, families bring comfort, love, and respect for all those they serve in communities across the nation and here in Harlingen, Texas. And whereas hospice care and palliative care providers take the time to ask what's important to those they're caring for and listen to what their patients and families say. And whereas hospice and palliative care professionals, including physicians, nurses, social workers, therapists, counselors, health aides, and clergy, providing comprehensive and compassionate care, make the wishes of each patient and family a priority. And whereas through pain management and symptom control, caregiver training and assistance and emotional and spiritual support, allowing patients to live fully up until the final moments, surrounded and supported by the faces of loved ones, friends, and committed caregivers. And whereas the provision of quality hospice and palliative care reaffirms our belief in the essential dignity of every person, regardless of age, health, or social status, every stage of human life deserves to be treated with the utmost respect and care. And whereas every year more than 1.6 million Americans living with life-threatening or life-limiting illness and their families receive care from the nation's hospice programs in communities throughout the United States. And whereas more than 468,000 trained volunteers contribute 22 million hours of service to hospice program annually, whereas hospice and palliative care providers encourage all people to learn more about options of care and to share their wishes with their family, loved ones, and their healthcare professionals. So that now, therefore, I, Chris Boswell, Mayor of the City of Harlingen, do hereby proclaim November 2012 as National Hospice and Palliative Care Month, and encourage citizens to increase their understanding and awareness of care at the end of the life, and to observe this month with the appropriate activities and programs. And so we want to thank you for helping us recognize everyone who's involved in this important work in our community. I know that all of us have been touched and have benefited by these types of programs for our families, friends, and neighbors. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, would you like to say anything? Item 5 is a presentation of the City of Harlingen Adopted Spot Program.
Mayor and Commissioners, we wanted to give the Commission an update of on the Adopt a Spot program. And basically, the intent of the Adopt a Spot program is to encourage citizen participation in beautifying our community through a leader cleanups of designated areas during regular intervals. What is Adopt a Spot? Basically, any individual, entity, group, volunteers can volunteer to clean up public areas within our community. A commitment to clean up the area 6 or more times is required. Where are the adopted spots? Well, they can be anywhere. A traffic island near your home, a strip of median in front of your place of business, a corner at the entrance to your neighborhood, a city park located within your community. And again, you know, this particular program that we want to introduce to the community, anyone can participate, whether it's individual, a family, a youth group, a scout, a school, or a business. The benefits of the Adopt a Spot program are many, but the major benefits is that we're going to be beautifying our community and thereby improving the quality of life for our citizens. Basically, the program, there is no cost to the Adopt a Spot program. The city of Harlingen will be providing the supplies needed for the event, such as gloves, safety vests, garden tools. The city of Harlingen will also supply the sign to identify the selected area. And the city of Harlingen would also be picking up the trash and debris when the event is complete. We wanted to bring this up to the commission to let the commission know that the staff already has commitment from several partners in our community. We have United Healthcare, Cameron County Juvenile Justice Department, the Southwest Key Program, Kmart, Home Depot, Border Patrol Explorers, and Lowe's that have already committed to the program. And we will be kicking this program off in December. Just wanted to give this update to the community and the commission. We also want to put up the number where there's any entity or groups or individuals that are interested in participating in this program. They can contact our code enforcement department at 216-5500 anytime from Monday to Friday, or they can download an application from the City of Harlingen website. It's an important program. The marching orders from this commission to staff has been to beautify our community and improve the quality of life. And this is another program that's going to help us realize it.
And a question.
Yes, sir.
How small or how big is a spot? Are you talking 30 feet or a block or?
Well, typically we want to do designated areas, but we don't want to make them so big so that because they have to be committed. And usually there's strips or medians, but they can be anything that we can define that median to be, Commissioner.
Yeah, so people don't necessarily have to walk 10 blocks.
He's got some guidelines that
Yeah.
presented to us. Traffic island near your home, strip or median, front of your place of business, corner at the entrance of your neighborhood.
Do we have a design for the sign yet, or?
I believe that they already have a design for it, and we don't have it with us. But in December, we'll hopefully have a kickoff or a ribbon cutting or whatever we call it to introduce the program at an actual Adopt a Spot.
I'd like to just commend staff bringing this forward and to where it's a functional program for our city, along with the Clean Sweep program and the Texas National Guard participation that comes in to help clean our community up. These types of programs create a sense of ownership in our community, and I think the key to keeping a clean community and keeping our neighborhoods safe and clean is through a sense of ownership from the community within. And I just want to applaud the staff for bringing this forward and making it available for the public.
Right, we talked about this in the State of the City address in January, and we really spent a lot of time working on it. I want to also thank the staff for really taking this to heart and really working on it. You can see a common theme among many of the agenda items tonight that deal with improving the appearance of our community. So we look forward to lots of participation from the community in this program, and be a great opportunity for people to get service. Item 6 is the approval of minutes of the regular meeting of September the 9th. Is there a motion to approve?
So we move to second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item, next is the consent agenda 7A through G. Is there a motion to adopt the consent
Mayor,
agenda?
if there's no objection to adopting the full consent agenda, I'll make a motion that we adopt the consent agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. At this time, we have one of our outside counsel here that we would like to consult with on a proposed executive session item. And so I'm going to take up just item 21B, closed executive session to discuss the following items pursuant to Chapter 551, Subchapter D, BGCA, Government Code, Section 551.071, consultation with the Assistant City Attorney to seek legal advice regarding Sun Valley Motor Hotel located at 1900 South 77th Sunshine Strip, Harlingen, Texas. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the commission is going to go into the room in the back and consult with our attorney on a legal matter. We hope that we'll be able to be back here in a short time, maybe 10 minutes or so, and we'll continue to continue with the meeting. And then we'll ask you to sort of keep it down. Thanks. Okay, we're out of executive session at 6:20, and going to go to the action item 23. Consider and take action to award a bid for the demolition of structures on property or properties commonly known as the Sun Valley Motor Hotel located at 1900 South 77th Sunshine Strip, Harlingen, Texas.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we take action to award the bid for the demolition of the Sun Valley Motor.
I'll second that one.
Okay, and just to be clear, we've identified, we're going to reposition some funding from special projects at Harlingen 100 to pay for this, and also this will, because of the action taken by the Board of Adjustments, this will operate as a lien on the property,
And be reimbursed.
which will be a priority lien, meaning it will be just like a tax lien, will have the same effect as a tax lien, so that the lien could either be foreclosed or when the property sells, the city should be reimbursed for it. Any other discussion?
How much money? How much?
Well,
How much what?
Contract.
the bid,
The
$199.
awarding of the bid would staff is recommending to JTB Services in the amount of $190,793.
okay, and that will, that's the motion,
That's the motion.
and that's your second
Yes.
on it. And any other discussion? This will eliminate a significant blight, safety problem for our community, and still we should get that money back. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign, motion carries. All right, thank you to the staff, especially for working through this issue. All right, thank you. Yes, sir, would you like to?
My name is J. Neil Murphy. I live on Carnegie Road near San Benito, Texas. I'm the principal owner of the Sun Valley Motor Hotel and therefore can speak with authority on that property. I wish to thank this mayor and the commissioners and the city staff, especially the code enforcement people, Eliva Mendoza, and many others who have worked with me to accomplish this. I'm very pleased with your action and look forward to seeing the Sun Valley turned into an attractive area for the city rather than in its current dilapidated state. Thanks, Mayor. Thanks, City Commissioners.
And we look forward to being able to help you market that property so we can repatriate the taxpayers' money.
I have great hopes that having it demolished and cleared will make it more marketable, or at least give me the opportunity to refinance it and repay this item to the city of Harlingen. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you for your participation in this.
Item A, consider and take action to adopt a resolution authorizing the submittal of an application to the Texas Department of Transportation request reimbursement funding to construct the Dixieland Park Reservation extension of the city's existing bicycle and pedestrian trail system.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. You'll recall at the last meeting, staff presented you with two high-priority trail projects from our Trails Master Plan and sought direction for possible submittal of grant funding. If you remember, the current Arroyo Trail runs from McKelvey Park along the Arroyo to the expressway adjacent to Bogus Ford. the commission gave direction to the staff to focus on the 2.8 mile section between the expressway and Dixieland Park. Since that meeting, staff has sought the advice of a consulting firm to help us through the application process due to the tight time frame of the process and some logistical issues that need to be hashed out. Again, this is an 80-20 reimbursement grant that we would be applying for construction costs only. The total project cost, according to our consultant at this time, is just over $2 million. Construction costs, about $1.7 million. So the actual grant, if awarded, would be approximately $1.35 million. The city's 20% of that, $335. And again, those are the reimbursable costs, or construction only. There are other costs such as design and engineering, surveying, geotechnical, permits that the city would have to pay out of pocket. So if next summer, after we apply for this, and we are awarded, it would come back to you you would make the decision whether to accept the grant or not, and if so, this is the estimated total city portion that we would have to, that would be our obligation of the total overall cost. That is the resolution that you have before you this evening. The resolution would allow us to apply for that grant. The deadline is November the 16th. We have 16 letters of support right now that we've gathered over the last couple of weeks for this project. Our state senator, our state representative in the House, and a number of local organizations, including the Chamber. So we're getting close to be ready to submit this. Staff recommends approval of the resolution.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we take action to adopt the resolution authorizing the submittal of the application.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, Paul, have you contacted Audubon or Sierra Club for their support letters?
We have not. Not at the national level, no, we have not.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they're locally active. I would recommend.
We'll do that. We'll do
They
that.
should be on board with something.
We'll do that.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item 9, consider to take action to award 4 community development block grant housing rehabilitation reconstruction loans to the following homeowners. Elma Gomez, deferred loan, $16,862. Benito and Petra Medina, deferred loan, low interest loan, $22,368.50. Marin and Alejandra de Leon, deferred loan, $18,000. And Hilda Luis, a deferred loan, low interest loan, $23,740.
Mayor, members of the commission, this item was brought before you at the last meeting. We failed to have an action item to award these contracts, so we're bringing it back, including an action item to award these bids. Staff recommends approval.
Mayor, I make a motion that we take action to award the 4 community development block grant housing rehabilitation and reconstruction.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item 10, consider to take action to approve the revised MPO plan and contract and authorize the city manager to execute the contract with the city of Harlingen to serve as the fiscal agent for the MPO operation.
Mayor, members of the commission, as you know, we came to you several weeks ago regarding the MPO contract. There were some issues that had come up. Namely was the policies control of the MPO director. The city, as a fiscal agent, wanted to maintain that authority, and with the revision that we made to the contract, the city manager retains the sole ability to hire and fire the director with only with the recommendation from the MPO. So we essentially were able to negotiate what the city had wanted, and so we recommend approval of the contract.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the revised MPO plan and contract.
Second. Discussion.
Any questions or discussion?
Just real quick, did we, was there an issue with salary rates?
Not in the contract. Not in the contract. This is only for the provision of the city being the fiscal agent, and having the authority to hire the MPO director. The salary is something that the city manager will actually review. Now, the policy is going to consider that at their meeting on Thursday, and they'll make a recommendation to the city manager for any salary adjustment, but that's not in the contract.
There were some issues, I guess, with Commissioner Garza from the county on that specific issue. Was that resolved?
Yes, that was resolved.
Yes,
He was
part of the committee that worked out the kind of the compromise. Basically, the city retained control and the ability to terminate the employee, which is what we felt like we had to have to maintain order and accountability. Otherwise, the MPO is going to participate in evaluation and stuff like that. It was a good compromise.
Okay, for the benefit of a lot of people taking notes here, for class, it looks like, what's the MPO? Could you help them out?
The MPO stands for Metropolitan Planning Organization. It is a vehicle that the Federal Highway Administration sends money to the states. The states then send part of that money for transportation purposes to local MPOs. Our MPO covers Harlingen, San Benito, Primera, Combs, Rivera, and all the way up to the bridge. And we serve as a planning tool for transportation projects that are on system. In other words, they're state or federal roads. And we receive money from, although now it's been a very limited amount of money for construction purposes and for planning purposes. So it serves a vital purpose.
And the board is made up of representatives like the mayor and the city managers of the various communities or the county representatives, and they prioritize projects, make recommendations whether this project should go first or that project should go second, and to give that input to the Texas Department of Transportation, which actually usually does these projects. They do a lot like this, where we have a match sometimes.
That's where some of that funding is going to come from for the hike and bike trails, also the grant through the state to the MPOs.
Right.
Half and half.
Just a different pool, not
It's a different formula this year, but it's going to be interesting.
Okay. Any other questions? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Item 11, consider an ordinance on first reading to rezone from not designated in district to residential mobile home district for 2 acres out of 3.1470 acres, block 11, Stewart Place subdivision, survey 298, located at 26658 Altus Palmas Road. Applicant Gilbert Breeze.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. The applicant is requesting rezone the subject property from not designated zoning district to residential mobile home district to allow for a 1,400 square foot manufactured mobile home on the subject property, which would be this property right here. It's on the west side of Altas Palmas Road, south of Business 83. See most of the surrounding areas not designated zoning district. This is the subject property which fronts Altas Palmas Road. This is the general aerial view of the property, which you have mainly a commercial use along Business 83. You have a mixture of mostly residential use, single-family residential. You've got 2 mobile homes on the east side of Altas Palmas Road. There's also 1 mobile home down here on Altas Palmas, and the rest are residential and vacant property and agricultural use. Future land use plan shows this area as general retail. Thus, the request is a lower intent zoning. Staff is recommending approval. The P&Z Commission is recommending approval, being that the request is generally consistent with the surrounding land use. Take any questions, and the applicants are also present for any questions.
Yeah, I read the minutes, and it looks like then no other mobile homes can be developed on this property.
Right, it'd just be one. They would have to subdivide the property as well to get that one mobile home.
And across the street, I know there's some mobile homes there, and they're in bad shape, dilapidated structures out there. So
right,
we need to be able to have code enforcement identify those all also and start to clean up that area.
Okay.
Sure. We don't want, we need to keep it clean.
Okay. Item A is public hearing. The public hearing, is there anyone who would like to speak for or against this rezoning? Is there anyone? Hearing no one, I'll close the public hearing and go to item B, consider and take action to approve and adopt an ordinance on first reading for the above mentioned rezoning request. I'll ask the city attorney to read the caption.
An ordinance amending the zoning ordinance of the city of Harlingen, rezoning 2 acres out of 3.1470 acres, block 11 Stewart Place subdivision, survey 298, located at 26658 Altus Palmas Road, from not designated M district to residential mobile home MH district, providing for publication and ordaining other matters related to the zoning.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item 12, consider and take action to allow a license to encroach 20 plus or minus feet to the city's 60-foot right-of-way located on El Camino Real Avenue for a proposed traffic island being at 0.13 plus or minus acres out of the El Camino Real Road right-of-way, City of Harlingen, Cameron County, Texas, is recorded in the cabinet 1, slot 2632-B, Cameron County map records. Applicant Rio Costello LLC, care of Robert Ferris.
Mayor Commissioners, this item was previously approved by the commission back in June for proposed traffic island. Since then, the original applicant has requested that another person associated with within that same partnership for this subdivision be included as the applicant and the person that would be signing the license to encroach instrument for this traffic island. This development is going to be a 42-lot subdivision, which would be just off of Stewart Place Road. It's El Camino Real Avenue. Staff is recommending approval of the request, subject to the applicant maintaining the traffic island on the subdivision.
Is there a motion to allow the license?
I'll make a motion.
So, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Is that going to be an adopt-a spot too? Is that going to be an adopt-a spot?
Yep. It's a new
No.
more development. More development, that's good. Item 13, consider and take action to adopt a resolution to certify local funding and support for the submittal of projects to the statewide transportation enhancement program for funding competition for the Texas Department of Transportation 212 program call for projects.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. As you know, back in September, the Texas Department of Transportation put out a call for projects for their transportation enhancement program. And as part of the application, the nominated entity is supposed to certify that they'll provide local funding and support. The resolution before you will authorize staff to proceed with the submittal. Staff recommends approval.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item 14, consider and take action to approve a memorandum of understanding between the City of Harlingen and Texas State Technical College, Harlingen, for assignment of students as part of their externship.
Mayor and City Commission, this is a memorandum of understanding that the city is requesting that the commission consider. It would be between the City of Harlingen and TSTC, and they would provide, in which TSTC would provide up to 15 interns to the City of Harlingen to assist with Geographic Information Systems, GIS, and Global Positioning Systems, GPS, for various projects, among them for mapping. I know we have a comprehensive plan that's coming up. Just different activities throughout our community. We feel that this would definitely benefit both entities, and staff would recommend approval. I do want to point out that as per legal's recommendation, under the third paragraph of A, responsibility of parties, we have talked to TFTC about deleting the third paragraph that talks about indemnity for both entities. And
yes, Mayor, I talked to Stella Garcia, the Chief of Staff out there, over just some minor changes because we have certain immunity. She and I both agreed to modify that and some other more or less typographical corrections and errors. So I would just ask you to approve it subject to those minor changes. She's agreeable, and I'll probably get with her on Thursday or Friday to try to make those minor changes before we sign.
Mayor, I'll make the motion.
Just before we do that, I just want to point out that this is at no cost to the City of Harlingen.
That's a great price.
Not only that, we get the benefit, it's a win-win situation for both the students and the city, so.
Mayor, I'll make the motion as presented, modified by legal.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Just one discussion, will they be able to do any drainage?
Well, they can work with our engineering department to maybe map out some of the drainage that we have out there.
Citywide drainage.
We're gonna use them as best we can in anything we can, Commissioner.
All those in favor say, any more? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, sign, motion carries. All right, we've already done item 15, so we're gonna go to item 16, consider to take action to approve and adopt an ordinance on first reading to amend the city of Harlingen's budget for fiscal year 2012-2013. Elvia?
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This is the first amendment of fiscal year 2013. This amendment carries over all the outstanding projects and open POs that we have at the end of fiscal year 12. It amends the budget, but it doesn't change fund balances because we increase the fund balance by any amount that wasn't spent last year, and then it gets decreased again when we rebudget the funds in fiscal year 2013. You have a list of all the funds that are affected by this amendment. General fund is $181,671. Sanitation is $269,872. That's the majority. Some of the others are, as you see listed, are $1,000 and $2,000. Staff recommends approval of this budget amendment. Any questions?
Let's see, we need to read the caption.
An ordinance amending the revenue and expenditure budget for the city of Harlingen, Texas for the fiscal year October 1st, 2012 through September 30th, 2013. Total budget revenues will increase to $65,109,038, and total budget expenditures will increase to $65,410,169 respectively, providing for publication of the caption of this ordinance and ordaining other matters related to the foregoing.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item 17, consider to take action to approve a resolution to amend Harlingen Downtown District 2012-2013 fiscal year budget.
Mayor, Commissioners, this basically is the same as the prior amendment. This is for the downtown district. It is adopted by resolution, separate from the other budget amendment. The expenditures were only increased by $2,250 that were not spent last year.
Mayor, I'll make the motion that we take action to approve the resolution to amend the Harlingen Downtown District budget. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 18, consider to take action to approve a resolution supporting the creation of a Rio Grande Valley Day in Austin, Texas to promote communication and positive working relationships between Rio Grande Valley and the Texas legislature.
Mayor and Commission, we were contacted by the Rio Grande Valley Partnership, and they were asking about creating a Rio Grande Valley Day in the state capital, and this resolution would basically endorse that idea of creating a Rio Grande Valley Day.
Mayor, I'll make the motion to approve the resolution supporting the creation of Rio Grande Valley Day in Austin, Texas. Second.
This comes at an important time, and there are several other communities, including Edinburgh and Calendar, in support of this, so we can go to the legislature to really show solidarity for the advancement of the medical school as a regional project. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item 19, consider to take action to approve the city's participation in the amount of $2,000 in the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council Spanish Language Public Safety Early Weather Warning Notification System. This was an initiative that was spearheaded by Senator Lucio, and the campaign legislation for the implementation of it has fallen to the COGS, the Local Council of Governments Development Council, and everybody's being asked to contribute per their size city, and our contribution would be $2,000.
Mayor, I make the motion that we approve the city's participation in the Spanish language public safety early warning web.
Now we have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. I think this is a great program. All of us who, experienced Hurricane Dolly know that we need to be able to get warnings out in the Spanish language. Item 20, board appointments. Are there any board appointments?
None there.
Then we're going to go to item 21, which is a closed executive session. We go to items 21A and C, closed executive session to discuss the following items pursuant to Chapter 551, subchapter D, BTCA, Government Code Section 551.087 and 551.071 regarding commercial and financial information from a business prospect known as Waterside, in which the City Commission is conducting economic development negotiations regarding the possible creation of an industrial district agreement and or to discuss and deliberate financial incentives for the business prospect, seek legal advice from the Assistant City Attorney regarding the industrial district agreement, matters related thereto, and regarding the specific use permit for adult business and general retail GR district at 1105 South Tam Lane. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
Make a motion for that.
Second.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're in an executive session. We're going to go back to the back room and consult with our attorney on 2 legal matters. I want to welcome all of you guests. I don't know whether everybody welcomed you earlier, but we want to welcome all of you students from TSTC. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for, best have a tough teacher making you stick around.
You have no idea.
All right,
Put that in your report.
And who's the teacher?
Mrs. Harlingen?
What class is it?
Government too.
Government 2.
All right, we're going to go to item 22. Consider take action to authorize the city manager to enter into an industrial district agreement for Project Waterside.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we take action to authorize the city manager to enter into an industrial agreement for Project Waterside.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
23 is done.
That's an economic development project that we have a code name for, and something that we hope to be able to announce pretty soon. It's actually been in the newspapers, but we're still not able to announce it. Item 23, consider to take action to award a bid. No, we already did that one. Item 24, consider to take action to approve and adopt an ordinance on second and final reading for a specific use permit to allow a bar lounge in a general retail GR district located at 1105 South Ham Lane, bearing a legal description of 3.4740 acres out of Block 33, Stewart Place Survey 139/297/298. Applicants Danielle Menchaca and Raul Samaran.
Mayor Commissioners, this item is on the agenda for second and final reading for a proposed bar lounge. It's located on 1105 South Tam Lane, which is the subject property, and this is the existing building. Take any questions, and the applicants are also present for questions.
What are the wishes of the commission?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we deny the specific use permit.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? What did you do? Were you an aye? Okay, motion carries. Item 25, citizen communication. Do we have anybody signed up?
Yes, Mayor, Yolanda Shocker, it's regarding false accusation.
Okay, we'll go to Joe Rubio.
Mayor, City Commission, good evening.
Please give your
Jose Rubio Jr., 2309 Hacienda Road. Harlingen, Texas, 78552. I'm here to talk to you tonight about the elections that were handled by the county. I think, you know, I've been involved with city politics for approximately 24, 26 years, and this is the worst elections I've ever seen that were put on by the county. I urge that you do some sort of survey, some sort of questionnaire, find out from people what went on. It was, I'm going to give you some highlights. They ran out of ballots in several locations, and all they had to do was copy the ballot, you know, but the people that were hired couldn't even do that. So people were turned away from the polls at certain times. The worst thing that happened in this election was what I consider outright discrimination for Hispanics. Jefferson Elementary had 4 tables to handle people voting. At times, over 80 people were in line to vote. I found out from someone tonight in this audience that there was over 200 people at one point also at Jefferson Elementary, while the other polling places, the other election places, had enough personnel to attend to this. So I would like for for the future that at least the city consider looking into this, into having a better system of elections. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe that was all that signed up.
Yes.
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.